What's up, guys? My name is Nacho. Today we're doing the 1,000 mile review on the Honda XR-150. First thing starting off, I just want to say I am no means a professional. I don't claim to be. So everything in this video is really just my opinion and what I've gathered by riding the bike for about 1,000 miles. 1,148. So please take everything as it's kind of my opinion. Really encourage everybody to do their own research and accumulate their own opinion on certain things about this bike. With that being said, if I say something wrong, please put it down in the comments below and let me know. And also while you're down there, hit that subscribe button. Let's go.
0, 1. Let's get started.
Alright, out on the road here. So I want to start this video off as kind of like a questionnaire, maybe answering some common questions that I think people would ask about this bike. And if I miss something, just let me know in the comment section below. I will answer them to the best of my ability. So, first question, and I'm sure a lot of people are gonna ask, is can this thing do wheelies? The answer is yes, they can. Now, I'm sure they could do better wheelies than that. I'm not very good at wheeling this thing. I'm not gonna lie. Another common question I might get is, what's the gas mileage like? And I would say phenomenal. This is a 1.5 gallon tank. So, not too much gas, but it does spare that gas fairly well. I think I've averaged 120 or more on a tank. And I think it can do more than that. I just cautiously fill up around 120, and there's still some gas left in the tank. So I'm sure, you can probably look this up online, this thing gets pretty darn good gas mileage. Next question would probably be, how fast does this thing go? I haven't said I've topped this out, but I really haven't tried. There's no need for me to try to top this bike out for what I'm using it for. But I will say I've gotten it to probably about 65 miles an hour, and around that speed, it feels like it's about there. But again, I haven't really pushed this thing to see if I'm gonna get 70 miles an hour. This is not really what this bike is for. It's not really trying to top speed it out. But if I would have to say, if you wanted to do 65 miles an hour, you could. Now, I will tell you, the bike does not like it when you're up at those higher speeds. It's kind of revved out, and it's really just not meant for that. But I would say you could do 65, no problem. Holy shit! My bike! My bike, get out of the road! I'd say a good cruising speed for this bike is 50. It doesn't really, it's not screaming out. It's still got a little bit more, you know, you can get up if you need to. I think 50 is a pretty decent cruising speed for this bike. Another question would probably be this or a Honda Grom. I will say this is definitely close as far as riding style would go. You know, the roads you can ride on, speed, that kind of thing. But I don't think it's a Grom. I think it's bigger than a Grom. So it makes you feel like you're on a full-size motorcycle. You're not on a little motorcycle, but you are on a little motorcycle. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, dudes? I think it's speed-wise probably pretty close to the Grom, but I think a Grom is in its own category, and that's just my opinion. Man, the cops are out like crazy. Crazy! Police out, bruh. Police are out right now, bruh. Sheesh. Alright, moving into the pros and cons. Let's talk about the cons first. This is going to be a bit of a debate here. This bike has a little bit of cons to it, but they all have to do with just the dated technology that is this bike. So this bike's been produced over in Thailand before, and all those countries and stuff like that, overseas for quite a while. With this bike being in 2023, it still shares a lot of same parts. It's still got just the dated technology to it, if you would. You know? So when I talk about the cons, it's really that's just how the bike is. Yeah, I don't like the info center not being a modern info center. Yeah, that sucks. Is it a bad thing? No. That's just me nitpicking being it's a con. Yeah, right. There's other bikes out there that have a better digital info center, a gas gauge, stuff like that. Does that really matter? Some people yes, some people no. This bike is cheap, really cheap. So if you look at it, the price and what this bike is built for, that doesn't matter, right? And again, that's kind of what the cons are for me. It's just dated technology, carbureted, not fuel injected. Carburetors are great. There's nothing wrong with carburetors as long as you take care of them and you do what you got to do. Front brakes are good. I like the front brakes, but the rear brakes, not so much. Drum brakes versus disc brakes in the front, it just makes a little bit different braking experience and confidence in wheelies if that's something that you're trying to get into on this bike. And that's really it for the cons. And like I said, a lot of them, they're just because it's dated technology, but that's just what this bike is. This is a brand new bike. It's 2023, bro. It's just got old school gauges, old school stuff, old school everything. Pros, first and foremost, this bike is a hell of a lot of fun to ride. Hell of a lot of fun, bro. Gas mileage, awesome. Love the gas mileage. Talked about the gas mileage. Seat's pretty comfortable. I'm not complaining about the seat. I would say it's not a con enough to be, it's a pro. It's pretty good. It's wide and flat. Not very narrow like a traditional dirt bike seat would, so I could definitely commute on this a little bit. I mainly do commuting back and forth to work on this thing. I will go out on the weekend once in a while and go find a trail and run down it. Not extreme trail riding, just, you know, simple stuff, man. Nothing crazy. I might go off behind some parking lot or something. There's a field, there's trees. Nothing wild. Overall thoughts on the bike? I would give it a 6.2 out of 10. I think if you really go into this bike looking at what it is, it's cheap. It's gonna do everything you want it to do. As far as commuting, not on highway, and if you want to get off and do a little bit of trail riding. Keeping in mind the bike is not fast, does not have a lot of power. Dated technology, but cheap. Does a good job of everything else. And it's a freaking Honda, guys. It's a freaking Honda. It's gonna run forever and a day. Thank you guys for watching the video. Maybe this answered something about this bike. Maybe it just kind of put you a little bit more insight, or gave you something to watch while you drink your coffee, consume your beers, and appreciate y'all coming along for the ride. All right, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Maybe I need to call Jixer Brush, show me how it's done on this thing.